guys, today I will be sharing how to make Coco Pandan braided loaf. For the bread dough, we need 1 packet of yeast, which is 8 grams or 2 and 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, 2/3 cup of warm milk, 60 grams of melted butter, 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3.5 cups of bread flour, and 2/3 cup of warm water. So to begin, we're going to get 1 tablespoon of sugar, add this to the 2/3 cup of warm water, then add the yeast. Mix this and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes or until the yeast is bubbly. So after 5 minutes, this is what the yeast looks like. We're ready to make the bread dough now. So in a stand mixer, or if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use your hands to knead the dough. Combine the milk, butter, then the yeast. Add the remaining 1/4 cup of sugar. Combine the salt and the bread flour. Give it a mix. Then add this to the wet ingredients. Don't add the bread flour all at once. Check the consistency first. So start kneading. Once the bread flour is absorbed by the liquid ingredients, you can start adding the flour again. So once the flour is all in, continue kneading this for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the dough is smooth and elastic. So this is about 8 minutes of kneading. This is now ready. As you can see, the dough is very smooth and elastic. So I have a bowl here with about half a tablespoon of oil. I'm going to form my dough into a ball. And roll this dough into the oil. And then I'm going to cover this with cling wrap and let it rest in a warm spot for about 1 hour or until the dough has doubled in size. For the Coco Pandan filling, we need 4 eggs, 1 and 1/4 teaspoon of pandan paste or pandan extract, 3/4 cup of coconut milk, 3/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of sugar. We also need 1 tablespoon of corn flour or cornstarch. To begin, combine the coconut milk and the pandan extract. If you're using like McCormick brand, you might need to add 2 teaspoons, and if you want it brighter, you can add food coloring, but this paste you don't need to. So in a pot, combine or crack in the eggs. To this, we're going to add the sugar. Using a whisk, give this a quick mix. Add the coconut milk and pandan mixture. Finally, we're going to add the corn flour or cornstarch. Give this a mix, and then we're going to move on to a stove with the heat setting medium to low heat. And we're going to continuously stir this until the mixture thickens up. The mixture is starting to thicken here, so alternate from a spatula and whisk. You have to continuously stir this so the mixture don't curdle. The Coco Pandan filling is now ready. Immediately transfer it into a heat-proof bowl and cover this with cling wrap and let it cool down in the fridge while we're waiting for the dough to double in size. The dough has now doubled in size. We're going to shape the dough now. So we're going to roll and flatten the dough about 13 to 15 inches wide. Use a rolling pin. Then we're going to add the filling. Using a flat angled spatula, just spread the filling evenly. And then we're going to add desiccated coconut, about 1/3 cup. Now we're going to roll the dough as tightly as you can. So it will get a little bit messy, but bear with me. So seal the end of the dough. And then divide the dough in half. We're going to have 2 loaves of bread with this recipe. Now with one part of the dough, cut it in half. Make sure that the cut part will be facing you. And then just braid the dough. And then transfer this into a prepared loaf pan that is greased with oil. Do the same procedure with the other dough. And this is what it looks like. Now we're going to cover this with cling wrap and let it rest in a warm spot for about 45 minutes. And this is what it looks like after 45 minutes. Now brush the top with fresh milk. And then with extra desiccated coconut, sprinkle the top. And we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 22 to 25 minutes. And this is what it looks like after baking. Now let it cool down completely in the pan. And this is the finished product. The inside is moist and chewy. The sweetness is just right. This is really delicious, so I hope you give this a try. I can guarantee that you're going to love this. So just to show you what it looks like inside the bread. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye.